So this time it's going to be a short one. We just have this headline thing that I'm doing that I didn't do the previous 2 times, but this time I'm going to do it. It's like what happened during the month. We usually have this poll in the group. This time people were very lazy and just selected this one thing that happened this month. I think there are much more things that happened this month, but people in the group, I guess they're on the beach or something. And they just selected this. Nonetheless, apart from this, I have also added the recent Bitcoin price rally, which we are currently witnessing, just to propose a couple of theories or things that could have resulted in the price rise of Bitcoin. So real quick, I'm going to go through this, and then we have a presentation by Unitalent, who are actually also sponsoring this meetup, and all the beer and wine and food is coming from them. So that's coming up after my short presentation, and we have Ivo also here supporting. So this is the primary thing that happened this month. This is very interesting for me because it's an upgrade to the Bitcoin protocol, which I have been looking forward to for a long time. Of course, it hasn't happened yet. What happened really was that this guy, Peter Willy, I think, proposed a standard for Schnorr in Bitcoin, which is it's like the first step forward for implementing Schnorr signatures in Bitcoin. It's basically something like maybe not a roadmap, but a specification of how Schnorr should look if we want to implement it in Bitcoin, and it will provide clarity for other developers how to proceed forward. So this is basically the first step, a very, very important step. And it happened on July the 7th. And it's standard for the 64-byte Schnorr signatures, over the elliptic curve, whatever. And yes, it proposes also an alternative to the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, which is common to Bitcoin, but still keeps this which is also Bitcoin. So it's a very thorough update. It's changes a lot of things, and it might become a bit problematic when it comes to being implemented. Nonetheless, I think since we had the Bitcoin Cash and all the other Bitcoin split, the Bitcoin core community might be more okay with implementing updates. Also, they saw that when we implemented Segwit, that really helped. And this is the next step forward, and it will enable a lot of innovations on top of that. So the primary things are actually that it's going to create cheaper and smaller transactions, and also it's going to address issues related to privacy, big things. And privacy is very, very, very important for Bitcoin and for any other cryptocurrency. I think it will become even more important in time. So thanks to Schnorr, we will have 25 or 30% smaller blockchain. Basically, if I can describe it, since I'm not a developer, so currently we have situations in which we have, for example, specific transactions that all of them, like for example, 300 transactions need to be signed, and using Schnorr, it will be a single transaction that needs to be signed. And this is very much related to the multi-signature wallets. And also multi-signature wallets in Bitcoin, currently they look like something else. They very much look like a different type of a transaction. And with Schnorr, there won't be any difference between the transactions in Bitcoin. You will not know if this transaction is a regular one or if it's a multi-sig transaction. And as I said, it will enable future innovation. And the most important things are the cross-chain atomic swaps, which will basically, I think, if this happens on a massive scale or a global scale, it will allow you to transfer, for example, any kind of token to Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin to be transferred to Litecoin or whatever, just seamlessly, without using an exchange, for example. What happens is you lock cryptocurrencies in one of the networks, and it opens the other type of currency in the other network. And cross-chain atomic swaps is actually something that decentralized exchanges need and I see it implemented, or decentralized exchanges implement that currently. But as far as I know, it's not that widespread at this point. And thanks to Schnorr, it will be easy to do that, or to I guess, create decentralized exchanges which are managing Bitcoin with cross-chain atomic swaps. And then also smart contracts. And smart contracts are a bit tricky when it comes to Bitcoin, but thanks to Schnorr and to the more complexity, so to say, could be added to the Bitcoin protocol, and a specific type of smart contract can be enabled in the future. And as I said, it's a very significant update. It changes a lot of fundamental variables for Bitcoin, and it will, I would say, definitely require a hard fork, although it's not really clear what exactly it will require at this point. But it's much more, so to say, an aggressive update in comparison to SegWit. And that's all for the Schnorr signature. And then the Bitcoin price rise, which we are witnessing in the last couple of days, and I would say weeks. People are, of course, speculating why is this happening? Is something temporary? And it might be. It's not really clear. The answers to the question why is the Bitcoin price rising could be that a lot of people are expecting ETFs to launch. And they're speculating that if this happens, the price will go up. But yesterday, I think the Securities and Exchange Commission said that they're not going to provide opinion on ETFs until September. And I think 5 ETFs wanted to get listed as Bitcoin ETFs. So they're not doing that. But the price didn't go down yesterday. So it's still going up today. So maybe that wasn't the reason. There are also institutional investors, could be the reason. They saw that Bitcoin went to 20,000 K in December. They weren't very happy with the price. Maybe they didn't think it's a nice time to go in, which was true. But now, like, they see the price is much more lower. So as far as I know, they are asking how can they go into this. A little bit they see that it's going to stay, and they're getting interested in it. So this somehow might be pushing the price up. And then Web 3.0. Actually, these 3 things I got from a video that was shared in the group, and it was kind of interesting. It was like only a 3-minute video. Web 3, the global data bank. So in the video, the person who is explaining like why is the price happening, like this price going up, is saying that it's because people start to realize that blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin in particular, might be the new type of internet, Web 3.0, and that is the global data bank. So you don't need to rely on a single provider as a database provider. You simply have this global sphere of information that you can upload information to, do transactions, and so on. So it's a very innovative, very I would say a little bit of a sci-fi, but I would say we see a lot of sci-fi things happening in the real world on a daily basis. I think Bitcoin is one of them, and like cryptocurrencies in general. And could also be a manipulation. Based on all these things, people might be somehow manipulating the market. Manipulations on the are something that happens frequently. So might be this as well, although I haven't heard anyone say that this is it, like this time is manipulation. And yeah, there was some analyst who said that he believes that currently Bitcoin is being overbought, and this could result in the price going down in the next couple of days, but we haven't seen that already. So maybe, sorry, what? Huh? It's down? I thought it went up also. The last time I checked, it went up. It was green, but yeah, maybe. So it also depends how do you define that it's going down. Like, is it 0.5 going down, or is it like 0.1, or like 3%? So yeah, maybe that happened then. Maybe this guy was right. So we have the presentation by Unitalent now. and Unitalent are disrupting the global freelance market, and Daniel will be speaking about them. But since we are on the topic of freelancers and work, I would like to mention that Eternity has a couple of positions open, and these are the positions. You can, if you go to careers at the Eternity website, you see the positions and you can apply. These are global positions, like you see. You can be in Europe. You don't have to be here in Sofia. Well, this one is a bit particular though. And also, Nexo asked me if possible to also mention their open positions, and they have a couple of more for Sofia, Sofia-based people. And they actually have one for the global market, but I couldn't fit it here. So if you go to this website, you'll be able to also see positions if you're interested to join a blockchain project. And that's it from my side. I'm just going to give the word to Daniel.
Thank you. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for having the chance to do the presentation here today. It's my first time in Belgrade. It's my first time in Sofia, excuse me. And I hope you can read it. It's red on white, it should work. So it's a presentation. We can also do it in kind of a discussion. I'm open to that. I want you to welcome to the Unitalent freelance company, which is the first freelance platform based on blockchain. So what is Unitalent today? There's a kind of a history. Today we have 50 plus worldwide operating customers. We have around 10 million revenue so far. Our projects, what we are doing, are happening in 9 countries, and we are on the markets in 2013. So we have a history. We already today have a working product. So we're not just a startup. We're not starting from scratch. But here starts the story of Unitalent. If we talk about freelancing, we also have to talk about work. What is work? Work defines us, many of us. We spend a lot of time at the workplace. So it's a source of identity, and it's one of the most important social spaces beside of home, because we spend a lot of time at the co-working place, in the companies, wherever. And the work will change, or the way how we do work has changed already and will change in the next future, because many companies do more outsourcing, and for this we need freelancer. McKinsey published a study, and they are talking about 162 million freelancers in the US and EU 15 countries. This is a community which is growing by 5 to 6% every year. With Unitalent, we are concentrating on the high-skilled freelancers, which are around 20% of the 162 millions, which is about 30 million still. So please keep these 30 millions in mind. I'll come back later on this figure. We are using the blockchain for this platform. And the blockchain is a good thing for freelancers because it will allow to do direct contracts from customers to freelancers, peer-to-peer. The fraction, the fees will be a fraction of what it is today. And I know what I'm talking about because since the past 5 years, I'm living from these fees. At Unitalent, the freelancers will be able to invite their network and to get rewarded for it for a lifetime. This is unique. And they will also profit from the growth of the platform because every freelancer will be a token holder. Of course, Unitalent is for everybody. It will be an operating system, and we will invite consulting companies and also recruitment companies to join. Like that, we will be growing rapidly. We will also have third-party companies selling their products to freelancers to make their life a little bit easier every day. So what are the headaches of the freelancers and the companies today? Also this I can tell from our experience. The companies, they have a pipeline full of projects. They have a lot to do. But the agencies from where they get freelancers today, they are charging high fees. And these agencies are kind of owning the customers and the freelancers today. The freelancers on the other side, they face some payment delays. They have administrative burdens. They have disputes. I don't like that. They just want to do projects. They want to execute projects. We are helping them. So we are coming to the missed opportunities. The freelancers are not able to monetize the network. Most of them are working a lifetime, 20, 30 years, and they cannot monetize the network. We help them to do that. And freelancers today do not participate on those platforms where they offer their services. We also help them. The customer on the other side, they have high cost on their projects because they have to pay high fees on those where they get freelancers today. This will change with Unitalent. So how is the fee model, what we are proposing? As I said, the client and the freelancer, they do peer-to-peer contracts. They do also peer-to-peer payments on escrow, so the payment will be secured for the freelancer. For the freelancer, we will have a zero-fee policy, so he will not have to pay anything to be part on the platform. And like that, it allows us to cut down the cost by more than 75% of what it is today. The reward system for the freelancer. The freelancer will be able to make additional money if he refers clients, if he refers other customers. Of course, if he does good projects, this is mandatory. And like that, he can make additional money for his living. He can make up to 25% of the platform fee. I'm coming back to this. If he will be active on the platform. Active means he has to complete his user profile. He has to get grades from customers and other freelancers. And he has to be active, for example, in the dispute management. Like that, he can get from a basic profile to a superstar. He can get up to 25% of the platform fee, and he can get additional discounts on the third-party services, which are offered from third-party companies. Now we're coming to the token economy, and this is important for the investors. The TAT, which is the talent token offered by Unitalent, is needed to work on Unitalent because it's directly linked to the billings from the freelancer or from the customer to the freelancer. As I said, the cost for the freelancer is zero. You can see that on the right side. If the project is executed, the client has to pay 8% platform fee to Unitalent. From these 8%, we will cash back to the community, to the freelance community, again, between 10 and 25%, depends on the activity of the freelancer. With the TAT, the freelancer are able to buy third-party services, or they can exchange it in any fiat currency on the exchange. Of course, as we are working with high-skilled freelancers, and we have to guarantee this to the customers, we have to do a certain quality insurance of the freelancer. Unitalent is for everybody, but the quality should be good. Later on, the freelancer quality will be judged by the community on a day-to-day basis. So there are a number of reasons why to join or why to stay for a longer time on Unitalent. For freelancers is because they can build a reputation. The more projects they execute, the better they do the projects, the better grade they get, so they have a reputation. They can earn more money. The longer they work, they can get a better cash back. And they can work for same customer, different customers in different countries because they are visible every day. For the client, he can reduce the fees by working on Unitalent. He can also build a reputation, so he can get attractive for different freelancers. And he can manage and access external knowledge in just one database. This will be on Unitalent. How is the software development today? There is a front end, we call it front end, it's the onboarding process and everything. This is something we have already programmed. It has been shown and presented to the community already in April this year. Now we are working on the back end, which is the blockchain part. And we will do this in the Ukraine, because they are specialists on blockchain. The roadmap for Unitalent is as such, as currently we are in the private pre-sale until the end of September. 1st of October, we'll start the ICO sale, the public sale. And then early 2019, we'll be listed in the exchange. And 2019, every quarter, will attract a new market in Europe. So we'll start with the German-speaking Europe, then we'll go to the north, Scandinavia, northern countries, South Europe, France, Belgium, eastern countries, and then in 2020 we'll go to the US and end of 2020 to South America. That's the plan. Now what is Unitalent tomorrow? If we are talking about the plan, the 2-year plan, what you have seen before, and if you remember the figure of the 30 million freelancers, high-skilled freelancers in US and Europe, we want to achieve in the next 2 years 1% only, which is 300,000 freelancers to be active on the platform. I think this is doable. This is not a big thing. This will lead to 800 million billings on Unitalent platform. And this, again, is interesting for the investors. Unitalent is unique because of 4 reasons. One is freelancers can monetize the network. It's the only platform where they can do that. We cut out the middleman for you, so we'll reduce the cost for customers. We have an easy-to-use, excellent, technical, excellent platform. And we have partnerships with third-party companies who are selling their services to freelancers and also customers. The ICO details. In the middle you see the plan. We have been talking about it. The token distribution will sell about 50% of the tokens. And the allocation is that we need 50% of the sold tokens for marketing and sales, 30% for the development of the platform, and the rest for other services. The hard cap is 20 million, the soft cap is 5 million. This is what we want to achieve. We already have investors on board, and we are looking for further investors. These are the investors' details. Right now in the private pre-sale, we grant 50% discount on the first 20 million TUT. This is equivalent of about $4 million US. Then we grant 30% on the next 4 million. And with the ICO, we reduce the discount on 20 and 10%. But we'll take everything. You can bring everything. ETH, Bitcoin, fiat money, we'll take it. But we have made certain thoughts on the token velocity also. So we want to keep it on a good level. So it shouldn't go up and down afterwards. And of course, we have competition. And we like to have competition because we think it's a good thing. There are other platforms, not in the high-skilled area, but there are other platforms, and this only shows that there is a need on something like that. Most of the platforms which we know are focusing on craftsmen, household, childcare, event management. So we are in a different field of the industry, of the high-skilled people. And none of them is offering an entire package like we do, like token economy, reimbursement, like an escrow, monetizing the network, dispute solving, and participation on the platform. So this package is only available at Unitalent. Look at our team. The first two is Bardia and myself. We are owner of Unitalent. Otherwise, we have an international team which has a lot of experience in marketing from Liechtenstein, such as Eternity, from the US and from Canada. We have Alex, who is one of our advisors from Sofia. We have software development from Switzerland, software development from Ukraine. We have endorsers. These are from multinational companies who are already working with Unitalent today, who are investing in Unitalent, and who will use Unitalent after the platform is online. And of course, we have a number of freelancers who are already working for us, who are also investing into this idea. So please stay tuned, follow us on the social media, and I'm ready for all the questions. Thank you very much.
So question here?
Thanks for the presentation. Can you give an example of how, so let's say I'm a freelancer, you mentioned many times that I have the ability to monetize my network. Can you give me an example as to how that would work? Thanks.
That is the advantage of monetizing your network, is the smart contracts and the blockchain. If you bring your friends to the platform, we will add this to the smart contract on the blockchain, and then after that, every hour which your friends are working over the platform, from that you will get the cash back on a lifetime. And because it's in the blockchain, nobody can delete it anymore.
But it's commission-free, how this works.
Excuse me?
It's commission-free, so you get zero to split. So you split zero between all the referrals.
No. You have seen we get 8% platform fee from the customers.
So it's misleading that it's commission-free, because you get 8% fee.
Yes, but this 8% fee will be paid by the customer, not by the freelancer. Yes, if you work for a customer, you get, let's say, $1,000 for work. You do a good job, you get the $1,000, 100%. And then the customer pays to Unitalent 8%. And from this 8%, we will do platform development, we'll do the cash back for the... Okay?
What is the benefit of the freelancers or clients of your platform of using your token instead of Satoshis, Ether, or anything else that can already be used to pay?
Because it works, you know, we want to let participate the community of the freelancer on the growth of the platform. And that is why we do the ICO. We want them to participate, we want them to invest, and they should profit from the leverage and the growth of the platform. That's why they should use the TAT. No, it's not. Yes, they can profit from the third-party services, for example. If they are in a different country, if they don't know how it works in the country, they can profit from any third-party services in that country. And also the cashback is in tokens, that's right.
So first, an advice, don't use words like investment and profit if you're not selling a security token on record, just don't do it.
I think I suppose that they know what, like maybe they are registered or regulated in some way.
Okay. No, if it's not a security, just don't do it, because it goes online and they, yeah. So how many customers do you have today? You say, okay, we can achieve 300,000 within 2 years. And for how long has your business been operational? What's the multiple between your current customers and the ones you have in mind? And also, why don't you just use a stable coin?
So currently we have more than 50 customers.
No, I mean like freelancers. As you say, 300,000 freelancers who don't platform in Europe.
We have currently from our business, because we are working since 5 years, we have more than 1,000 freelancers already in our database.
300 clients in
Yes.
in 2 years.
Yes. We are talking to different associations of freelancers. We're talking to the universities like ETH, like HSG in St. Gallen. They have big alumni workspaces and they would like to work with us also. And there are different associations of freelancers and they are interested to do something for their members and to participate in Unitalent.
And the stable coin question, if you can answer, because I don't see any functionality as utility of the token, so why don't you just use stable coin for the whole mechanical stuff of, if you don't want to use fiat, whatever, if you want to call it.
Because it's linked also with the investment, you know. The investor also has an interest to get something when investing in Unitalent. And he would be interested to work with the TAT and to participate also in the growth of the platform.
So it's security then?
No, it's not security. It's a payment token.
So it's a utility token.
It's a utility token.
It's a security.
It's not a security token.
But
You talk about investors in return.
Exactly.
No, it's not. It's not a return. So it's not an equity and it's not a return. It's not like a share.
Yes, securities are not always equities or shares.
That's right. So it's not. So we are currently approved by FINMA. We are a Swiss company. And in Switzerland you will have 3 different tokens. That's a utility, a payment, and a security. We are payment token. Because it's part of utility and you can buy something with it.
It's actually kind of interesting. So you have like something like a sandbox for this specific type of tokens, because I really haven't heard about payment tokens, but it's an interesting concept. I know only security tokens and utility tokens. But
they're not called payment tokens, they're just utility tokens that are
maybe Switzerland has something.
The utility of those tokens is a medium of exchange, that's it. They're utility tokens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since you're regulated in Switzerland, then, and also they're talking about investments, they're talking about ICO, and they should be regulated. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that.
That's good. I have a question. First, where does the cashback, in what currency does the cashback go to the freelancers? Is it in your token, right? And so here the situation, what I'm thinking, I'm not too sure, these my thoughts which are coming through your presentation, I kind of like it, but there is a little bit of a kind of strange feeling there. When you have freelancers who are motivated to invite other freelancers so they can start earning from their work, it becomes sort of a MLM scheme in a sense, because the incentive for them to invite more people becomes bigger than their own work. So you have passive people getting tokens, and especially because there is network effect. I like how you position the project, and if this network effect kicks in, the token price will go up. So the biggest incentive of the system is to invite people and keep tokens. You know what I mean? It kind of.
I got you. Yes, it's a good question. But it's a good, thank you. It's not a snowball system, you know. You can invite your friend only once. If you have done that, I can't do it. And then all your friends have to do jobs. I mean, you don't get anything if they just with the smart contract.
How? Because the thing is like, I'm not part of any blockchain-based identity system.
Do you have like some kind of identity verification, like during the registration?
Yes, but you know, you bring your friends. That will be written or programmed in the smart contract. It will be put on the blockchain, and then with the identity, it's not possible to change it anymore. And only if your friends are getting active, and that's the most important part, you get that discount. Otherwise, not. And you know, compared to a project, what you do execute for customers, of course, the reward, what you get for bringing friends, is a small portion. Yes, of course.
I have a question about the disputes. How do you exactly build the system for disputes? For example, I ordered someone to build a logo for me, and I'm unhappy. And this is disputable whether the freelancer is bad, his job is bad or not. I can even not like something which is very professional. So how this will work?
Okay, yeah. If you remember the slide with the different grades of the profile, someone to make a dispute management has to have a higher grade, right? Has to be a superstar. Now, let's think you have executed a project. The customer says, you haven't done that good, but you tell, I have done everything, and I think it's good. So you have a problem. Then this will allow you to talk to maybe 3 members of Unitalent, which have a higher grade, and you ask them to help you. You will tell them,
because this is a work, it's a logo, it's just at once.
exactly, and they discuss it. They discuss it with you in the team and with the customer, and they help you to sort it out.
But why they will help?
Because they get paid. They will also get the cash back again.
So you will take a piece from these funds which are already locked in the contract.
From the platform fee.
You will take, for example, 10%. There will be the split for the cost for this dispute process.
That's right.
It's not easy. This is
Basically, as I imagine it, it's you have this 8% fee, and then if they want to go into some kind of a dispute, then they need to agree that some kind of a percent from this 8% will actually be spent on the dispute resolution. It will not come from the business. Oh, actually, it will come from the business because they're paying 8%. So the business will pay a little bit, I guess, from these 8% for the dispute resolution. So it's kind of it's not in the interest of the business to start the dispute resolution unless they are very, very unhappy with the work, I guess. But what happens if they are right? What happens if the business is right, so the work was not good? So do they get rewarded, or basically they just don't pay?
No, but then if the project was bad and everybody agrees on that, then they have to discuss the new fee. Because primary, they made an agreement that they pay, let's say, the 1,000 we were talking about on the escrow, and if the customer is not happy and if they agree that the work hasn't done badly, they have to reduce, for 800 or 700 or whatever, but everybody has to agree before it goes to a lawyer. I mean, that would be the ultimate stage then. But this is not to be done on the platform afterwards.
I have a question. Who choose those 3 persons? the freelancer or the company? Who choose those freelancers? Like, or the platform? No. There are three freelancers who discuss if the project is made good or not. Who choose them?
You can choose them. The freelancer can choose them. There are a number of people. And together with the customer. Together with the customer. Now you don't choose the friends, that doesn't help. Because on the other side you will still have the customer who is...
You have some kind of randomization. You cannot be sure that they are not friends. In Russia and in India there is no friend system. And all Swiss people are different.
Yes, but you're not the only one who has to choose. There's the customer on the other side. And every one of you makes the choice. And then you have to discuss it. I mean,
Some kind of randomness here. Some clever system because Russians, Indians, countries will just find a way to break this.
this is... We'll find a solution there.
Hi, I have two questions. First one, you said that your soft cap is 5 million and hard cap 20 million. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with 5 and with 20. How do you justify that difference? And the second question is, how do you incentivize me as a participant in your project to keep the tokens and not just turn them into Ether or whatever?
If we only get the soft cap, we will do the project, but we will do it in a slower pace. We will need more time to do it. And we are not that fast what we want to be. So the growth will be slower. The hard cap guarantees us that we can work in the way we want to work. So we have set up a business plan already for the next 2 years. 4 times. Yeah, with the discount. Yeah, but you didn't calculate the discount, which will lead to about less than 3 times the soft cap. Yeah. Yeah, but we can discuss that afterwards. The business plan shows us that we would be quite fast if we could reach it with the hard cap in the next 2 years. And the second question, Yes, we'll pay a discount on holding it. The longer you're holding it, the more discount you get. No, it's for the investor. He gets a discount if he holds it longer than up to 1 year, instead of selling it at the day when we are at the exchange.
And the exchange will be inside your project, or you're talking about some third party?
The exchange will be a third-party company, yes.
How do you provide liquidity for that? I mean, like, if there are thousands of developers on your system, how do they exchange their tokens? Like, if they go there and build the tokens, the price will go down.
Yes, but if there are 1,000 investors, they are not selling all at the same time. We are talking to the major holders.
The more there are, I mean, the more sellers.
Yes, but Unitalent also owns tokens. So we are one of the major token holders. We can buy them back, yes.
Just 3 more questions, and we can discuss this after privately. So I guess 2 more questions.
Thank you. My question is, once the pre-sale of this token is finished and all of the tokens are distributed and you collected all of the payments for these tokens, what is the company's motivation to not fail?
To not fail. You know, we are in the business since 5 years. We are extremely motivated to do the change from the current business into the platform business. And how we have set up all the platform and everything, we just don't want to fail. And yes, we are known in the market already. And we put everything now from this system to the platform in the future.
Hello. Why did you choose to have a private pre-sale, and what are the advantages of having a private pre-sale?
I didn't get, can you say again? The private pre-sale, because we first want to raise some money to make sure to make the ICO. And we do that in private pre-sale. And I think it's important before you start today. Maybe 2 years ago it was different. You could do a public ICO and you got the money, you could raise it. Now the situation has changed. And so we find that it's more important to have private investors to show the public that you're able to do it, that you have people who believe in the idea, and then we go public. And then we want that the freelancers can contribute also.
All right, guys, I think this is I had plenty of questions, and you can see token economics is hard. And thank you very much for the very interesting questions. Actually, I really like them, and I think they were very helpful for Unitalent to just get a feel of like how people who are very into the sphere would react to such presentations. Recently, we saw a lot of presentations. Actually, the previous 2 times we had presentations for like different, let's call them ICOs, and I think they were a bit shorter than this one, but I think this was a pretty interesting. I think the token economy in this case is also interesting. They have thought about the different like game theoretical things, maybe more than other projects. But yeah, definitely think about the regulations and is this a security token and is it not a security token is a very important point, because if it is a security token, then like it's connected to this question: why would you continue the project once you generate all of the money? If it's a security token, you have certain things that you need to provide to the investors. Yeah, in this case, I'm not sure what is the situation with the payment tokens, but the security token would give investors a certain amount of security. So that's it, guys. We can now just mingle and talk. Actually, thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you. And I just want to show you really quick, because I missed something in my presentation. We always do this. I show you the price of Bitcoin and Ether during each meetup, and the previous 2 times we didn't do that, and I have prepared it, but I forgot to put it in the presentation. I just want to show you that real quick. It's not that important, I guess, but I just want to do it. It's a tradition. And I'm just going to share with you the Excel file. It's not going to be very pretty, but you're just going to see the... Yep. So on the left side is Bitcoin, and on the right side, so this is Bitcoin, kind of maybe moving a little bit, maybe. And Ether, not that much. I mean, having in mind where it was, it's not such a big recovery. So yeah. And one final thing, we have a person who is organizing, who's starting to organize meetups and start organizing Bitcoin meetups, and he has put this QR code, I guess, for the meetup page, and a few stickers there. So anyone who is interested in Bitcoin Cash, this is your guy. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys.